B for another episode of Road to GM. Bro, we are literally 23 subscribers away from 100. What? Is this possible? Is this real life? Man, thank you all for real. If we can just keep running it up, I promise the content's not going to stop. It will not stop. But I'm watching this movie right now. I'm watching a Critical Thinking on Netflix. It's this chess movie. Um, yeah, y'all gotta check that out, bro. That shit is fire. Um, yeah. All right, so let's get into this episode. I start out with d4. My opponent plays e6, and I take the full center, e4. Man, very principled. If your opponent does not help extend, bro, you take the full center, bro. If you like a beginner intermediate player, just take the full center. Now you have full access to both your bishops coming out. Then we develop knights. And now he's playing f6, and I don't know what he's doing, bro, but this is not the way to do it. Oh, also my fault. My opponent, okay, I ain't even gonna attempt to pronounce that name, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna come across as racist, and we can't be having that. But my man from India, and yeah. So he plays that, and I develop my knight to g3 or to f3, and now he puts all his pawns right here, blocking in both his bishops. Not good at all. So whatever you do not play like this, guys. Please do not. So I'm just taking the center now. I'm like, okay, bro, if you gonna let me do it, I'm taking it. Now I control dupe, 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 dupe. I control everything. He strikes in the center, and I develop my knight. I'm like, bro, okay, if he takes, I'll take back. We're not worried, or I'll take back with my queen. He strikes in the center, and motherfucker, I'm just going to shut the door. Now your knight is not going to be able to develop naturally. Your bishop's not going to develop really well. He brings his queen out, and I go and develop my light square bishop, getting ready to castle. And also I see this line of attack right here, which I like. So once I move this knight, wherever I move it, I will have check. And if he pushes, I won't even move my bishop back. I'll let him take me, and my queen will come in with check. And then I'll bring in my dark square bishop, and we're just going to be moving. He just moves his queen right back, so he just wasted a move. And I castle. I'm like, okay, get my king to safety. He pushes his pawn, and I drop my knight back, getting ready to line up this attack right here. He pushes that pawn, and I go and do it. The computer hates that, but if he takes, I'll take with check, and I'll be happy with that. He develops his knight, though. He doesn't take. He's too scared of that. I take that pawn. He takes with his bishop. And now I want to trade off the light square bishop. I just didn't know what to do here, so I just was like, all right, let's trade off these bishops. He goes and attacks me. I go and take that bishop. He takes with his knight, and now I jump my knight forward, opening up my dark square bishop. He develops his knight, and I bring my knight out, putting pressure on this. And as soon as I moved it, I realized that wasn't the best move, because this is attacked twice, or defended twice over, and only getting attacked. So if I take, he takes, I take, he takes. I'm getting a pawn and a piece, and he's getting two pieces. So he goes and tries to kick out my knight, but danger levels. Bishop attacking the knight, or the queen. He blocks it, and now I trade. So what he should do is take with the queen and defend this pawn also, so that way I can't take. And it's the same thing. I'd be getting a pawn and a piece, and he'd be getting two pieces. But he drops the knight back. Blunder, big blunder. Give me that pawn with check. Only move for him to do, slide his king over here. He does that. Now, what do we do here? Bring the queen to the party. Give him a check. Yeah. He blocks with his horse, but I'm like, okay. Give me that horse, boy. He takes with his pawn, and I take that pawn with check. Now he has to move his king here, 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 or here. Where does he go? He goes back to safety, and like you see, mate in 3, and a boss always gonna find mate in 3. Check with the knight. Yeah, only legal move is here now. He goes there, and can you see the mate in 2 combo? Queen to e6 check. Only legal move now, right here. He makes it, and now checkmate. Yes, sir. Big chopper block on your dome piece, boy. All right, that's game 1 of Road to GM. We're going to get two games in this one. So, next one's coming up right now. Like I said, right after. Right after. Hold me to my word because I'm going to keep it. I play D4, D5, Queen's Gambit. I love the Queen's Gambit. He doesn't accept it, though. So I'm just developing my pieces. He pushes his E pawn to E6. And I go and pin his knight to his queen. And he blocks the pin with his dark square bishop. I develop my other knight. And he wants to prevent me from jumping in with that pawn. Or he wants to break apart my center. I open the door for my light square bishop. And he castles. And I go and bring my bishop out here. Also getting ready to castle. He takes that pawn. I take with my bishop. He goes and attacks it. And I just drop it back. Ain't no need to rush. He develops his light square bishop. And I castle. He brings his knight out. I take. He takes with his knight. And I push my pawn up. He pushes his pawn, trying to break away at my center. And I go and attack his knight. He jumps forward. Let's trade. Trade these pieces off. I bring my rook out. And he is preventing my knight from coming forward. Or he's just preventing back rank mate. Because this was getting attacked twice over. So it wasn't nothing I was worried about. I draw my bishop back. He goes and lines up his rook with it. And I just didn't know what to do. So I'm literally shuffling my bishop back and forth. And let's trade these bishops off. But he brings his queen. And I push my pawn. He brings his rook. And I push my pawn, baby. Let's go. He takes. I take with my knight. And now he goes and attacks me. And I'm going to lose a piece. After the dust settles, I'm going to lose a piece. So I take that bishop. He takes back. And I go and open the door. I'm just trying to break shit open. He takes my knight. I take with check. He takes with his king. I give him a check. He slides out. I take that pawn with check. He runs out the way. And now I trade off the rooks because otherwise he'd hit me with check. I wouldn't be able to take that and he'd win my rook. He takes back. And now I go line up and attack on this. What does he do here? He gives me a check. And I slide out the way. He gives me another check. And I slide out the way. Now my king is safe here. It doesn't look safe, but it is. My goddamn... The bar is saying I'm getting smacked, which, I mean, I'm down a piece, so it's acceptable. He gives me a check. He's just trading off the pieces. I don't blame him. When you're up material, just trade pieces and you'll win. I take, he takes, but don't ever resign. Don't ever resign, and you gonna see. I gotta move my queen around, attacking that pawn. He brings his bishop, and if he could get his queen on the back rank, it would be mate. So I just take that pawn. That's a free pawn. Now he's attempting to do check, check, and give me mate. But what do? I give him a check first. He slides out the way. I give him another check. He blocks with his pawn, and now I don't have any more checks. I can't go here because he'll take. So I just bring my queen down, defending from mate. He's pushing his pawn. I push my pawn. He takes, I take. Now I have a pawn that has not a free reign, but potentially if I can trade off pieces. I'm looking for a draw here, really. He brings his bishop out. I'm not really sure what that's doing. It doesn't attack anything. I give him a check. He runs out the way, and I just slide back. I'm just wasting moves. He brings his queen over, and I slide my queen over also, defending everything. He brings his queen down, threatening mate right here. So I just slide out the way. He gives me a check. I slide out the way. And he brings his bishop back. I slide my king out the way so I'm not in mate. He gives me another check. And I slide out the way. Now he's attacking my pawn over there. And I just push it. Push that motherfucking pawn, boy. Push it. He tries to stop it. And I push it again. And it's not getting taken because now it's getting guarded by my queen. He moves his bishop. And now I have perpetual check if I want. So I give him a check. Not the best one, but he blocks, and I slide out the way, attacking his bishop again. He brings his bishop out, and now I have perpetual check again. Check. He slides out the way, and I slide back. Like, I knew there was perpetual check, but stay tuned, man. And he sacrifices the queen. Goofball, bro. Give me that. This is why you never resign, because your opponents will blunder. I promise you that. They aren't built for this endgame stuff. Me, I'm built for this. He brings his bishop back, give him a check. Now I'm going to win your bishop, and I'm going to win everything. He blocks, give him check. And here, he resigned. My man fumbled the win. And this is why you never resign. You can always come back. It ain't never too late. You're not playing GMs, Hikaru and Magnus. You're not playing them. You playing 1300s. So never resign. Unless you really getting smacked upside the head, never resign. Alright, please like and subscribe. That's the end of this episode. Y'all have a good one, and I'll probably be dropping another video a little bit later tonight, so stay tuned.